I hate doing this alone.
Let alone with somebody else.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Nothing Like Classics. Today, we have a special guest, and when I say special, I mean special. Why don't you introduce yourself, you freak?
Hi, my name is Devin. I'm his brother, the better looking one.
I'm going to be heavily editing this video. So as it stands right now, you have no idea what we're doing.
No, I was told to sit down, shut up, and then you clicked record.
Perfect. Because today, what we're going to be doing is comparing controllers, specifically between PlayStation and Xbox.
Okay.
Seeing which company made the best controllers.
Deal.
Or no deal. First controller we're looking at, original PlayStation.
Give me half.
I think, wasn't the PlayStation like 1995?
I don't know.
That's helpful.
I don't remember. It was before my time, I know that.
A little before your time. So,
It feels very clunky and awkward in my hands.
I don't like the handles. The handles have like a weird flat spot on the back.
And my thumbs want to go here because that's what I'm used to with the joysticks.
Yeah,
But I like the
Me
look of
too.
it. Very streamlined looking.
yeah. It reminds me a lot of the Super Nintendo, but with more buttons and handles.
Do you want me to like give it like a rating out of 10 or something?
No,
No.
because what I'm gonna be doing,
7.
what I'm gonna be doing is making like a tier list and putting these in a tier list.
I like it.
Yeah. After the fact, though, out of like A through F, how would you rate this?
The way it feels and the way it looks, I'm gonna probably give it B, C, D, E, F. Probably a D or an E.
I like that you had to say out your ABCs to know what the scale was.
Yeah, pretty low on the list. I'm not super thrilled about it. It doesn't feel good in my hands. Very low on the list.
Very low, but not the worst.
Not the worst. I'm sure there's worse controllers.
I agree. I am not a. I like it, but I don't like it.
I'm not a fan.
Hmm.
If I had a choice between
I put it in the sink.
that and one with joysticks, I'm doing the one with joysticks.
Well, it's funny you say that. We have joysticks,
Oh hey,
but interestingly enough, it's not the Dual Shock. It's the Dual Analog controller, released a couple months before the Dual Shock, like literally like 3 months.
so this is more what I'm used to. They're indented. I don't care for that too much, but this feels a lot better. And they changed the back of here to be less flat,
They did.
more curved and fitting into your hands.
The handles are a lot longer too than like the Dual Shock or even the original one. One thing about those, they don't have rumble. Japan only got the rumble for those.
That's okay.
They thought Americans wouldn't like it. And then like 3 months later, they released the Dual Shock and gave us rumble.
Yeah, I would probably put this C
C tier.
tier. Yeah,
A little better than
well, a lot better, but yes,
a little better than this one.
yes.
I agree. I actually agree with that. Plus, it makes this a lot easier. Time to go in the sink. We're going to be changing things up a little bit. Going from the nice, slim, streamlined PlayStation controllers.
Gosh, to the special cousin,
This,
the one that doesn't get invited to the family parties.
literally. They call it the Duke for a reason.
Because it's the size of a football. Gosh,
Sure,
it's
let's go with that.
ugly.
The
The logo takes up most of the controller.
It is so massive. They,
Why is there a slot for 2 memory cards?
because maybe you have more things to save. I'm gonna spoil.
F minus tier. I hate this controller with every fiber of my being.
I'm gonna spoil a future controller. That's the S controller. The S controller is what they released in Japan because
Xbox S.
no, like look on the back. It's just Xbox S controller.
Weird.
Yeah, I think S for like small,
Special.
slim, special.
This is better.
It is.
It's not like I'm holding the entire console in my hand.
The S controller, I think, was for Japanese markets, and Americans complained that the giant controller was giant, so they just released it here. That could also be wrong. I don't know.
Japanese opinions on what Americans want is always wrong. Oh, they won't like the Rumble. Well, we want the Rumble. Oh, they don't care about the small controllers. We do.
You know Microsoft is an American company?
They still got it wrong.
So
FF minus 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 minus.
FF.
I hate this.
I
I hate this worse than the original PlayStation. I don't want to look at it anymore.
I hate this.
No, we'll put it in the sink. The sink is leaking, by the way.
Hair? Maybe it'll.
It's
ruin-
wet. It got peed on. There's a trash can somewhere around here.
You want to throw it away?
Behind the curtain. It goes where the bad controllers go.
Perfect.
I know it's back there.
No, you don't. Hey, you want to? You want to move on?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Hey! I like that
I
one.
have to find them.
I don't even need to feel it.
I
know
don't
it.
care.
It's a PlayStation 1 controller.
Playing along.
Oh man, this is exactly how I remember it.
Heck, where is it? There it is. I got 2 of them, so now you can stop hogging it. These, I mean, we grew up with the PS2,
Yeah.
so we're already kind of inclined to this.
There was no difference between PS1 and PS2 controllers, except for the color.
The color and the PS2 had pressure-sensitive buttons.
Oh.
I hated that.
C.
Isn't that what you rated the first one?
No. D.
We should have had you kept track. They fit in the fingers nicely.
Yeah.
They're comfortable.
Yep.
I'd say C or B at least, because I actually prefer these to the PS2 controllers because I don't like the pressure-sensitive buttons.
Really?
I don't.
I remember that. We always used to play and you're like, why am I slowing down? It's because your fingers were just slowly reusing on.
Half a lap on the Nürburgring on GT4. Like, I don't have good stamina.
It like hurt your thumb or something.
Yeah.
That's why I have arthritis in those fingers constantly from just holding it down. Actually hurt.
Did you say C tier?
I would put it as C.
C
along
tier
with the other
sounds.
one.
I gotta get. If the sink's leaking, I should take these out. All right. I hate how I'm just agreeing and there's no banter here.
Well, because you know I'm right. But you can have whatever opinion you want.
Well, I know, because it's my YouTube channel.
I'm just a special guest.
You're right. And would you like to take a guess as to what our next controller is going to be?
PlayStation 2.
No.
Xbox 360.
We're going from the PlayStation.
Sega Genesis.
No.
TurboGrafx 16.
No.
NES. Computer mouse.
I should.
Thomas the Tank Engine play game that you strap onto your keyboard. What are we doing
No.
next?
We're going from the PlayStation to the PS1.
What?
I have to. I'm gonna
This is
zoom
the
in a little.
Japanese controller?
No. So you know how like they have the
Yeah, it said PS1 on it.
yeah like the
The
the slim PS2.
Yeah.
It's the slim PS1.
Oh. Is it exactly the same as the other one?
It is exactly the same as the
Okay,
other one.
I'm gonna put this in the same tier as the other one.
I-
Next, please.
I would actually argue that this is
No.
in a higher tier.
Why?
I have 3 of these kind of controllers, and all of them are actually significantly better than every every normal PlayStation controller I have.
Are you sure that these weren't just better taken care of?
I think they're better taken care of because by the time this came out, the PS2 was like already out.
So nobody wanted this.
So in my opinion,
I disagree.
They're better.
I'm gonna put it still in the C tier because it's the same exact thing as the other controller.
I don't remember what's next. I think it's the 360. No, it's the S controller.
What? We already went over that.
No, the Duke was triple F minus.
Minus.
What would you
This?
give that one? That one's definitely not triple F minus.
If I was to compare it to all the controllers we've done thus far, I would put it in D tier. Because it's still a pretty poor design. It's still heavy, clunky, feels weird. I like the analog triggers though. They provide resistance and feedback.
I do like that.
Wish I had more though.
Yeah.
Mine's up here.
The 2 buttons on the front, the black and white buttons, are like the L and R buttons.
What?
Yeah,
No. D.
D.
D tier. And this is a sticker.
You're not. No. You're not wrong. I would say D tier.
Yeah.
I would agree.
It's okay. It's better than the old one, but it's still not great in comparison to each other.
I
don't like it.
I don't like it. It's weird that I just noticed the start and back, like the start and select buttons are on the complete opposite side when, like, even Xbox later on just moved them to the middle.
Yeah, I feel like they were just trying to... oh, hey, here's a spot. This little area here is clear. Let's put buttons there.
Just put buttons there, even though you have plenty of space up top.
And they had all this real estate taken up by the sticker.
That's true. There were aftermarket controllers that had the black and white buttons put on shoulder buttons on the top.
They knew what they were doing.
They did. And Microsoft didn't. You want to guess what's next?
PlayStation 1.
Yes, PlayStation 2.
Hack.
So, I know we've already...
The cord is already chewed and wired up.
chewed and wired.
Yes. This is what I remember.
It's the same as the last, like, 5 PlayStation controllers we looked at.
But it's DualShock 2.
It is the DualShock 2. So it has rumble feature.
Main difference. None of the design...
That's why they called it DualShock, because rumble feature.
Yes. I'll put this in B tier.
B tier?
Yes.
Oh.
Solely because of nostalgia.
I want to know what you're going to put in, like, A or S tier. Like,
Oh, just you wait. Solely because I'm used to this.
oh, yeah. No, I love the form factor for the PlayStation controllers.
I like the pressure-sensitive buttons.
Why?
Because I was actually able to vary my pressure on the buttons.
You saying you're better than me?
In certain games, yeah.
Yeah, like Mario Kart Wii.
Are we doing a Wii controller too?
I'm now regretting not throwing in something random.
Just a big question mark on the screen. What's
All right.
next?
I'm throwing in something random.
Ew. It's like the horse dragon thing from the Neverending Story.
Falcor?
Rumpelstiltskin.
No, it's a Teddy Ruxpin toy.
Who's that?
It's Grubby.
Looks like a grubby.
It
Has stains on the side.
Grubby is not just a name; it's a description for it. We're moving on to the.
Hey, Xbox 360. Where they actually were like using this. I always hated because you like playing with your friends and you're like unplug, and they actually made use of the center thing for a thing.
Yeah, and they already moved the start and back to the middle. I actually love this controller. It fits in my palms nicely, and I have the analog buttons. And I actually back on your comment that I forgot to comment on. That's the entire point of this, is so that it doesn't reef your console off the wall and break anyone's toes.
Yeah, but you know when we were playing with friends of ours, you'd pull and that console's on the floor. Because this had a stronger connection than like Super Glue. And then the cord will get chewed up by the dog and whatnot.
Actually, is it this controller?
What's this for?
One of them's actually already chewed up, so...
My point exactly. I would put this in B tier as well.
Oh, yeah.
Along with the PS2 controller. This is a good design.
It is. I love how it fits in the hand. What were you saying? Oh,
I don't remember.
what is this?
Oh, this. Is that for like
Oh, yeah.
dock or stand or something?
Or keyboard.
Oh, yeah.
So you can chat with your
Online friends.
your Call of Duty friends.
Online girlfriend.
Say the gamer word. Your online girlfriend.
You chat with your Xbox girlfriend. Who's actually just like your friend down the road.
Who's actually 48 and male.
Lives in Mississippi.
317 pounds.
Gosh.
I'm not talking from experience, I promise. Moving on from the trauma. The PlayStation 3 controller. Heck yeah, dude.
I have plenty of these. Oh, man.
So,
Ew, this is yucky.
eight.
It's has a booger on it. Thank you.
So the PlayStation 3
This is
controller.
even worse. Sorry. Question.
So the PlayStation 3 controller.
How did the tiers go again? What did it start with? Because it started with A or like S? Like
let's-
S tier is like...
I think it starts with S.
Okay.
I've never done this before.
I think it starts with S too.
What do you... It's the same form factor from the first DualShock
Yep.
and the second. The
Battery's dead.
But, oh yeah, no, the batteries in this one are dead too. I don't know where my PS3 is.
Didn't they have like one was Saxus, one was
I was hoping you wouldn't notice because I was gonna just take the controller back and give it back to you.
the next one is gonna be the next one.
I was literally just gonna like, all right, and the next controller.
It's a Saxus controller.
The first run of the controllers were just 6-axis, which did not have rumble, and were generally worse.
These.
Yeah. And then they had DualShock 3 6-axis,
Oh.
which is these. I don't have any of the original ones.
Okay.
So these are better. What would you give this if it didn't have rumble feature and was also kind of worse?
If it wasn't the rumble, I would put it probably B.
B?
Yeah, I lined it up in B as well because it has improvements. I like these
Oh, yeah.
better than the PlayStation 2 ones, but the rumble feature kind of takes it down. This with the DualShock though, I put up an A tier.
A tier?
Yep.
I hate to agree with you, but I think I'd agree with you.
Because there's everything
Yes.
we loved about the PlayStation 2 controller and wireless.
It is wireless. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of overlooked the analog triggers. That is nice. I do like.
I played mostly racing games with these. That's all I used.
I just realized I'm clicking this right in the microphone.
Gran Turismo,
That's it.
I don't remember.
Angry Birds.
No.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. A tier.
This is no fun. We're agreeing on everything.
I know this. Can we disagree on more sometime
Okay.
on episode 2?
What's this going to be called?
I have no idea.
I'm going to disagree with whatever name you suggest. I hate it. I'm going to rack up all the views.
Maybe. We're moving on to something a little bit different.
It's black.
It's identical.
Oh gosh, it's huge.
It is. I don't like these.
Stinking battery packs.
It's not just a battery pack. It's AA.
It's so stupid.
It's the same.
C.
I'd even go like D tier. I'd prefer the wired one because like the back is thinner, more room for the fingers. Otherwise, it's the same controller.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only reason why I bumped it down is this stupid addition on the back.
I hate it.
Everything else I like.
It's just a nitpick, but I hate it.
Plus, this is a light controller and it has no batteries in it. If you put two AA's in here, it weighs it down quite a bit. And after a while, holding your hands up, that's going to fatigue them quite a bit.
Yeah.
Unless you rest them on a table, but I mean, not a lot of people do that.
That is
I
true.
like the blue color though.
I do too.
Yours says... Sorry.
What?
Yours says Microsoft, this one says Xbox 360.
Does it actually?
Yeah.
Heck. That's kind of cool.
Wow.
I have a clear one.
You have a clear one?
Yeah.
Nice.
You won't buy it?
No. I've already pulled out 4 360 controllers. I don't need more. They one cool note about these controllers is I've seen them where the D-pad rotates and it can go between this flat like dish style. No, it's not one of these. It goes between like this flat dish style and you rotate it and the dish sinks in and it's just a directional pad.
What?
It is funky.
I don't think that'd be super popular.
I've seen it once.
Should buy it.
I don't want to go back to that house.
Okay. You didn't have that problem with older controllers.
That's true.
They just stopped working once the cords got cut.
Yeah. Forgot to mention this before. The wireless 360 controllers, I guess most people didn't like them because they actually made an adapter to make them wired.
Like the official. Does that go on the bottom?
No, actually, I have to find one.
It's like that's an official Microsoft product.
It's official Microsoft. There's a barcode there,
Jeez.
and it just plugs in the top, and it makes it a USB controller.
But you still have the stupid brick on the back that you have to deal with.
Yeah.
That's awful.
So they made a solution that didn't fix the problem.
That's where the Japanese are much better. They don't create problems and then try to fix the problems.
Yeah, come on, Devin. All the best stuff's made in Japan. Gimme. Okay. Oh no, you've controlled it to go to the next picture.
PlayStation 4?
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Ow. My back. You're gonna have the red
Yay!
one.
Hate it.
I don't like these.
No. Because they tried to do this weird thing with like the touch screen on the front.
It's not even a screen. It's just a
touchpad.
yeah.
They were like, oh, you can control this cursor on the game and play your games with the touchpad on here. It's like, that's what these are for, and these, and these, and these. And
And then they stopped using it immediately.
do you have another PS4?
I have a PS4.
Can I have it?
Why? This went from looking at controllers to just
I like that
eBay.
color.
I do too.
I really do like that blue.
I kind of appreciate what they tried doing because it fits in my palms more. I feel like
Yeah.
PlayStation usually fits in my fingers,
Mm-hmm.
but these just don't feel right in my hand.
It feels like a modern controller.
It does, which means you're gonna hate the rest of these.
It feels, I mean, it is wider, but it feels almost too wide.
It is very wide.
It's like holding a GameCube control, not GameCube, 64 control, Nintendo 64 from either end,
Yeah.
rather than the one in the center.
Yeah, though that's always funky. Because then I try to like still reach the joystick in the middle.
Break your thumb.
Yeah, it doesn't bend that way.
It's like doing this.
If I ever see you playing a game and you're not doing this, I'm calling the cops.
I don't think I could play a game like that. I think I'd have an aneurysm and die.
What are we rating these?
I hate to say it, I'm gonna put it in a C tier again.
Honestly,
I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Although I've only ever played one PS4 game, so I really don't know the gameplay aspects of it.
yeah, C tier works. I was gonna say B, but I think C tier works.
It's like in the middle of the road. Once you get like the B, for me, B and A is like, okay, these controls are starting to get really, really good. C is middle of the road.
Yeah,
Below that is just awful.
I don't think I've actually ever used. I have like 1 or 2 PS4 games. I don't think this was
Is
ever
one of them
used.
Spider-Man.
It is Spider-Man.
Nice. You gonna do PSP in here?
Should have. Yeah, and then I'll compare it to every Xbox handheld console. None of them. Next up, the Xbox
this.
One. No, you're not, because
It was the original Xbox One.
it's the original Xbox One controller. I don't have one. I don't think I've even never held one.
Eric, when I watched his house, he had one.
Yeah, I've seen him use his, but
I put that in B.
B
Tier.
tier.
Yeah. I'm very used to that style of controller, and I like how it works. Only thing I don't care for is the controller drift that you get over time. That's where the Japanese are much better. They don't create problems and then try to fix the problems.
Yeah, come on, Devin. All the best stuff's made in Japan.
You skipped way too many images.
I did not. Did I? No. Did we even rate this one?
Yeah, I said B.
I agree. Because I've never held one before. So, Xbox One S.
A. I don't even need to know it because I have one of these.
I know
This
you
is
do.
disgusting.
It's not.
Yeah,
That's
Turn
clean.
on your Xbox.
No. My Xbox is unplugged.
This feels nice.
It does. I love how it fits in my palms.
Yep, I love the triggers. The triggers are in a really nice spot.
They are.
It feels like the controller actually curves to the curvature of the hand. Like this feels natural, feels comfortable. It feels like I'm just.
The one problem I have is my D-pad is a little broken. And it was like that from brand new.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Send it back.
I can't. That was like 4 years ago. I love that controller. Was it A tier?
I put it in A tier.
I'd even bank to say S tier.
I don't know. It has to be really, really, really good. There are some problems I have with this, like the drift. My controller's only 5 years old, and I can't play certain games because it drifts so much.
Oh. Okay, A tier.
I know it's a... No, you can rate it whatever you want. I just don't agree with you on the S tier.
My controller has a problem, and your controller has a problem. It's going in A tier. These are great controllers
Fine.
if they worked. Add it to the pile. I hate this controller.
Do you have a PS5 controller?
I don't.
It's like a boomerang.
It's a very unflattering angle, and I don't care because I don't like the controller. The closest thing I have that would be a good representation is the PS4 controller, because it
Looks like it has sharper edges.
kind of does. It's got like a weird angle, like you can see these weird angles here.
Yeah.
I think the harsh seam kind of continues up the bottom.
So it actually cuts through the plaster when you throw it against the wall.
It's like a boomerang.
See, I feel like all that they did is they just took this design because it still has the touchpad.
Yep.
And how like the PlayStation 3 console styled up to the PlayStation 4, it was an upgrade. The PS3 looked good. The PS4 looked even better.
Like console-wise?
Console-wise. 4 to 5, that was a downgrade. I don't like the look of the PS5.
It looks like a wireless router.
Yeah, or like a tiny version of the Avengers Tower.
Yeah.
This, the PlayStation 3 controller was great. This was a downgrade. That's an even bigger downgrade.
I don't disagree. It feels like this, but kind of smooth. Like there's no like defining edges to it. It's not.
Looks like a universal remote.
It. I like the way you think. F tier. D tier.
I've never held one though, so I don't know if I put it all the way in F. I probably put it in C or D. I don't like the looks of it.
I'm saying D tier then, because it feels as bad as it looks.
Have you ever held one?
I have.
Okay.
We have a mutual person in common with us that's what mutual means.
Okay.
They have a PS5, and I've played
Yeah.
it once or twice.
Never held it, so I'm gonna put it in probably D tier.
Yeah, no bueno.
No bueno.
Reaching out to my one Spanish friend, one Spanish follower,
Curtis?
El Curtis.
El Curdisto.
So now we're moving on to the one that you contributed today,
Yeah. Actually, this is my wife's controller.
and she
She
seems
gets-
very happy about
She
it.
gets all the good stuff.
I held it for the first time as you handed it to me for this video, and it feels exactly like this controller.
Only
the S
difference
controller.
is it's textured.
It
has
is.
the textures on the grips.
Oh,
I'm not a.
this is textured too.
No, feel like the triggers. Textured triggers, textured grips.
Oh,
like little grippies.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
I'm gonna put it all the way up in A
I
because the base of the controller did not change. They added one feature, which was share, which I don't really care for, but the controller is shaped the same. It controls the same. They just added little bits to improve it. The little grips, the share feature. It's exactly the same otherwise.
you're man. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
Would you? This was A tier, right?
Yeah, I put them both in A.
Honestly, I would be tempted, even though I've never played a game on it, but it's like a nicer Xbox One S controller.
I forget because I got my controller when I got the console. We got that one later. That one must be for the next generation, I think.
I'm pretty sure this is the Xbox One or Xbox Series controller.
Yeah. It was the same price as if you were to got the other one.
Yeah, because
It's
it's
like $50.
the same controller.
Yeah. It is nicer though.
Are you able to use the One controllers on the Series consoles?
I don't know.
I'm just petting this with my thumb. The texture is like a lot more defined than on this one. I like that.
So when you rage quit, it doesn't leave your hand as quickly.
It's like Velcro.
And there's no controller grip drift.
Yes. Not yet.
Not yet.
A tier. This is your controller. I'm not going to drop it on the floor.
Thank you.
Would you like to guess what's next?
Bugalug.
A
Pico.
It's not the Pico.
Darn it.
What's a Bugalug?
Come on, Bugalug.
It's the Xbox Elite controller.
Oh, dang.
How is that showing up on camera?
It looks exactly the way it looks on the TV, where you can see the shadows, but you can only see the highlights.
So, I'm going my bad on that one.
Very textured.
Actually,
Don't touch my TV.
I think you can see it a little bit better on here.
That's hilarious, actually. So, I know nothing about this controller. You want to know how I learned about its existence?
You walked through Best Buy the other day and you're like, what's this? And why does it cost $150?
You're actually completely wrong. I was walking through Walmart the other day and I saw it and I'm like, what the heck is this? And why is it $150? Just judging off this one picture, I'd like to know why it's missing a joystick. Oh no, it's there.
Yeah, it's there.
It looks like it has buttons on the back. I know some aftermarket controllers have reprogrammable buttons for like easier access.
Mm-hmm. My issue with this,
it looks very textured.
Yes, I think it's actually probably rubberized.
A rubberized controller is nice for the first probably 3 days that you have it, and then it gets all gross.
Yep.
That's a good point.
Animal hair, Cheeto dust.
I have a GameCube controller. It's a Mad Catz controller, but it has rubber handles and they're yellow.
Sticky.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. So
besides the fact it's Mad Catz, it's disgusting.
The Elite controllers I know are customizable. You can like change the joysticks out. You can change this out.
Really?
Yeah. My issue with that is I just find there'd probably be more things to break. Those controller joysticks are not meant to be taken off. They're
That's true.
sturdier. If you can remove this by just popping it off, you turn the joystick too hard and your joystick's over on the other side of the room and your dog ate it.
Your dog,
That's
maybe.
their way to fix it.
Maybe.
The more parts you can replace easily.
And just say it's customizable.
That's it. Your next task is to call Microsoft and ask them what the heck is up with this controller.
I'm going to find someone who has or find an online forum of someone comparing, or find a YouTube video of someone comparing these two controllers.
What's
I
a
found
YouTube?
a YouTube.
Oh, hey, we're in a YouTube.
Then like slow zoom out, like it shows like the borders and everything on
We're in
YouTube.
the box from The Simpsons television. It just says YouTube. I don't know if I like that. I'd probably put it in B tier just because of the fact I think it's trying to be extra, but there's not really much to offer.
Looking at it, I don't think I'd like it. I like this one more.
Yeah.
And I've never even used this one.
Yeah, I do too. I say B. It's good for what it is, but it has some drawbacks.
Better than the Duke. So it's...
A brick would be better than the Duke. Lighter than the Duke, too.
It's not even F tier, it's Duke tier.
That's the E. It's Duke E tier.
Is there anything else? That's it.
That's it. How'd I do? Did I get a gold star?
Thank you so much for Tua playing my game.
This was fun.
Did you enjoy yourself?
Quite a bit.
I'd have to agree.
We're going to make this a regular staple.
It's easier than what I've been doing right along.
You know what you could do?
What?
You could just live stream it. Get everything set up, and then like Tuesday nights you live stream.
That would be fun.
Have like hot sandwiches and drinks and whatnot.
That'd be for your benefit.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
The end.
The end.
Cool. How do I stop this recording?
I don't know.